Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. It's such a crazy time at the moment. Obviously, when football's off, all sorts of transfer news keeps flying around left, right, and center. But it's exciting. We need players to come in, and at the same time, we need some of our players to leave as well. So, having said that, first topic for today is Emerson Palmieri. Now, we all know this. To be honest, this particular player, I had so much faith at the start of this season. I thought he was going to be, locking down the left back position for us. He started off so well as well. For me, honestly, just behind Robertson in the beginning parts of the season, I had Emerson down as one of the best ones in the Premier League. But as soon as he took that particular injury, I believe it was in the international duty, and then he came back and he never ever looked same again. And from there on in, Frank stopped trusting him. And there was a disastrous match that he had. I believe it was against Arsenal the first time we played them this season. I think it was at their home ground. And he was subbed off somewhere, just before the half time. Jorginho came in and changed the match for us. And since then, honestly, he's not looked the same. Some poor performances, some performances where it's been absolutely disastrous, and the man has simply not found that rhythm. He was penciled down to leave from the start of this season, and he simply couldn't turn that around. So two clubs that are after him at the moment is which is interesting. He's always wanted to go back to in Italy, playing in the Serie A. There was rumours about Juventus, but that's when Sarri was there. Sarri has left. Now a couple of clubs have come forward. First of all, Inter Milan. Inter Milan apparently has got the players' agreement. So Emerson's apparently agreed on personal terms. However, it all depends on the manager. I think it all hinges on if Conte Conte stays. If he doesn't stay, I'm not sure if this move happens as per the reports at the moment. Frank is asking for about 25 million euros, but in Italy, everyone's trying to settle for about 20 million plus with bonuses and add-ons. So at the end of the day, you're going to end up getting the 25. I think 25 is probably the fair value for Emerson, off the back of the season that he's really had. He's apparently only started 6 times this year. So, we've played so many matches and he's only started 6 times. So yeah, Inter Milan is one of them. The other one is Napoli. Napoli is also interested. There's rumours at the moment that they're interested on Sergio Reguilon. But for me, honestly, if we can ship off Emerson to Napoli and then somehow try and snap up Sergio Reguilon, that would be fantastic. For me, Reguilon is just a phenomenal player. I've said it many times in this channel. So yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, do you keep Emerson for another season, just to see how things are, or do you let him go? Personally, honestly, I think it's time for him to go. Now, next topic, which is a bit of a strange one for me and a bit scary at the same time, Kai Havertz. Now, we've all been talking about Kai Havertz in a positive note, that he's definitely a Chelsea player. Chelsea is the only team in the market. But there's some interesting article, some reports coming out from The Athletic, which is a very, very good publication. Top journalists are writing over there. And they've said that Man United have been scouting or tapping on this player since the start of January. Now, they're apparently put off by his price tag. I think it was about 100 million euros in the beginning, so they got put off by that in January. But apparently they've just, they've kept in touch. And these things can happen in football where, last minute snap ups from other teams where it truly looks like we are in, we're in full command of the situation, and someone else comes in and snaps. So we've done it plenty of times. So Timo Werner wanted to go to Liverpool until right at the end where, Frank convinced him. So these things can definitely happen, but honestly, I think it's still Chelsea's man to get. I think Kai Havertz, there's just too many indications that he wants to come to Chelsea as well. But I just want Chelsea to finalise this. The season's over for both clubs. So what are we waiting for? Get this done, guys. Get it done ASAP, honestly. So a bit of scary news there. I just hope Man United doesn't do a sneaky. Obviously they've missed out on Sancho, so they could possibly, look for a bit of a opportunity to do a sneak attack here, but I'm hoping they're not successful. The last topic I want to talk about, guys, is Declan Rice. This whole Declan Rice drama, this talk in social media is blowing up. There's a group that rates Declan Rice. There's a group that's starting to rate Declan Rice. And then there's a group that, I don't rate Declan Rice at all. He's not the answer. And then within these groups, there's a group that thinks Declan Rice can definitely help out in the centre-back position. And others think, no, I've never seen him play for, centre-back position. I think he's definitely suited as a defensive midfielder because that's what I've seen over the last couple of seasons. So, look, for me, this is my assessment. I've not watched West Ham so many times over the past 2 seasons. When I have seen West Ham, I've seen Declan Rice play defensive midfielder. And in recent times when I've seen him, he looks like a very good defensive midfielder who's very disciplined. When he needs to stay back, he'll stay back. When he needs to go forward and make the run and link up with the midfielders and the forwards, he will do that. He's quite intelligent up front. He can chip in with goals. His defensive qualities are his massive strength. But having said that, there's quite a few people that have seen him play 1 or 2 games in the centre-back position. There are some that have tracked him since he was in our academy a long time ago, and he played as a centre-back back then. So for me, the defensive attributes that I've seen him play in the defensive midfield position, I can see that easily be transferable in the centre-back position. So for me, this is only a positive. I've got no doubt that he could transfer them and be a centre-back. I don't think he would be alien to that particular situation at all. And I think Frank Lampard and Chelsea, they're interested in this player, not because of his versatility, obviously, but they actually see him being a centre-back. And obviously with Kante's situation, with him being injured so often, it would mean we have another player like Declan Rice who can fill in as a defensive midfielder, which would be fantastic backup if we play the lone DM and 2 attacking eights, because I feel Declan Rice is a little bit more disciplined as opposed to Kante. He's fantastic in defense, Kante, but sometimes he's not as disciplined. He loves to go up, and positionally sometimes he gets caught out, whereas Declan Rice, I feel he's got a little bit more of a know-how. So for me, this is a positive that he can play 2 positions. So, and I honestly think he can't be any more worse than Rudiger and Christensen that we have. I think you can pair him up with Zuma, and it should be a little bit more better. But having said that, are there better centre backs out there that we're linked with? There's a link at the moment with Jose Jimenez from Atletico Madrid. That's a good shout as well. But if this comes down to us getting Declan Rice, I will not be one bit unhappy, because for me, the versatility is key. Defensive midfield position is brilliant, and the centre back is obviously a big bonus. So guys, that's pretty much it for today. Let me know what your thoughts are for all of these topics. Emerson to Italy, Kai Havertz, Man United trying to do a sneak attack, and Declan Rice. What's your thoughts? Where can he play? Centre back, defensive midfield. What's your thoughts? Share with me, guys. If you're here and you've been listening, smash the like button. It really helps me out. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.